will air it out downfield again, and that ball is caught. Rolls to his right, trying to find somebody. A lot of time he throws, and this one's taken away as well at the 30-yard line. Benton has yet another interception to the 40, out to the 45, and the 50. As you said, not used to being in this spot. Walker goes deep, has a man. It's caught at the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, end zone up with the football, and Bryant has a takeaway. The receiver did not know the ball was coming. Walker flushed out of the pocket, goes to his left, throws on the run, wide open receiver, caught in the back of the end zone. They do give it to Zachariah Curtis-Jones, and all he does is pick up huge yardage. Breaks a tackle, and he's gone to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Zachariah.
It's time for Bryant Hornet football. Now let's go to the stadium with the voice of the Hornets, Michael Westbrook.
1 week ago, the Bryant Hornets were truly tested for the first time this season. The Little Rock Christian Academy players, coaches, and fans cheered louder than any other cheer I've heard at Hornet Stadium from a visiting team in the last 5 years. But there was one big problem for LRCA. It was only halftime, and Bryant hadn't lost anything yet. They were simply tied at 14 at halftime. The Hornets owned the second half, outscoring LRCA 35-7 en route to victory number 5. It's the halfway mark of the 2025 season, and so far, the Hornets remain unbeaten in their quest for an unprecedented 7th state championship in the last 8 years. Tonight, it's a contest against the Pulaski Academy Bruins, a team with a fast-tempo offense, but a defense that has been prone to give up points. After 105 total points were scored in their game last week against Little Rock Central, there's bound to be some fireworks tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Westbrook from Joe B. Hatcher Stadium in Little Rock. Coming up on our pregame show, our football players from 6th period will interview a few of their teammates. We have the highlights from last week's 49-21 victory. Maddie Calhoun will have our players to watch. Jordan Morales provides our keys to the game. And as always, I'll visit with the head coach of the Hornets on the Quad Sanders Show. Caden Key is our technical director tonight, Andrew Tate Lee on replay, and our camera operators are Justin Reynolds and Isabella Durfee. The football pregame coverage begins now. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. It's Arkansas Copier Center, your Kyocera experts. For over 40 years, we've delivered Kyocera technology with unbeatable service. Need printers or copiers? Call us today at 501-562-8297 or visit arkansascopier.com. Arkansas Copier Center, whatever it takes.
Hi, I'm here with Caleb Tucker, senior wide receiver for the Bryant Hornets. Caleb, what kind of mindset did you have going into last week's game?
I had the mindset of, do everything right, do all my assignments right, make sure I'm doing everything that the team needs me to do to get the win. And we got the big win, and that's all that matters.
How do you feel like you've performed from week 0 until now?
I feel like that I got a lot of things that I got to clean up. As a wide receiver, you always got things you can do better. You can block better, you can catch better, you can run your routes better, and I feel like I can do all that better. So I feel like I've been doing pretty good, but I can always, improve.
Yeah. So back to your commit. What kind of process did you have going into committing to Charlotte?
I only had 7 offers, going before I committed, and Charlotte, I feel like me and the coach had a good connection, good relationship. And when I went on my official visit, I felt really comfortable with the school, and I like the school. I like it academically, and the coaches, I really like them, and that's really what made me want to commit.
Alrighty, and how do you think the rest of the season is going to play out for us?
I think it'd be great, if we just keep our head on straight, don't try to get the big head, and make sure that we always, staying composed and make sure we always know our assignment and get our assignment done and make sure we get all the wins we can.
For Hornet Media, I'm Kennedy Perry.
It's Arkansas Copier Center, your Kyocera experts. For over 40 years, we've delivered Kyocera technology with unbeatable service. Need printers or copiers? Call us today at 501-562-8297 or visit arkansascopier.com. Arkansas Copier Center, whatever it takes.
Hi, I'm Lucas Oliver here with Hornet Media. Here I have Terrion Jones.
DB, number 12 for Bryant.
So, Terrion, obviously last week we beat LRCA, 49-21, but in the first half we struggled a little bit. Allowed 14 points on back-to-back long drives. What was going on?
We really couldn't stop the pass. The sprint out was killing us, and they were just throwing it down our necks.
In the second half, you only allowed 7 points. What happened at halftime?
Coach Johnson came in the locker room and he talked to us about it. We got our heads straight, played like it's 0-0, and did everything better than we did in the first half.
In the second half, you got a pick six. What was going on through your mind in that play and when you caught it?
When I caught it, man, I was just like, we need it, and I saw green field and I took it all the way. So, yeah.
So this week we have PA. Y'all played them twice last year, one time in the playoffs, one time in the regular season. Y'all are very familiar with each other. So what are y'all doing in practice and this week to prepare for them?
Really just working out a scout team, going through their plays, their formations, and making sure we stop the run and stop the pass, do everything better than we did this week.
Yes, sir. Next up, we have Lyric Berry with our offensive player, Caleb Tucker.
Welcome into the Coach Quad Sanders Show. Michael Westbrook and Coach Sanders as we lead up to Bryant football, and it's a big game taking on Pulaski Academy. But first, we will recap a little bit the 49-21 victory over Little Rock Christian Academy. Again, as we get ready to take on Pulaski Academy. And Coach, really, it was a balanced attack on the ground and through the air. It felt that way from my vantage point, to the tune of 49 points. I do want to talk about the opening drive and just kind of begin there. It was a 4-minute drive. And for Bryant, that's probably a little above average, especially when you're been used to kind of some 1 and 2 play scoring drives.
Yeah.
But it was a long put together drive, ends in a Colin Robinson 1-yard touchdown run. And the question I want to ask you is, how important is something like that at this point in the year to put together a sustained drive, one where you did have a few penalties, but you overcame it? And it's not just a one play and you're moving on and getting your defense back out there, but how important is that now to begin to put some drives together that result in touchdowns?
Man, one play drives are good if you're ready to go home. And if you can do it to everybody. Obviously you won't be able to do that to everybody, and it won't happen even to the people you're supposed to do it to. When you face good teams like we faced on Friday, you want to see good sustained drives, even with setbacks, just being able to string together a line of plays, and and that's what you condition for. You don't condition for one play drives. If we did, then we wouldn't be in very well shape. So, I like you like for your offense to stay out. And I like 10 or 11 play drives, 12 play drives constantly, because it wears on the opposing defense.
Right.
Not only that, you give our defense time to make adjustments and get stuff done. However, I mean, I could stand a few more one play drives out in between those 12 play.
Sure. Well, this game featured a lot of big plays. I picked out 2 in particular I wanted to talk about, and one did not result in points, but it went viral this week. The Caleb Tucker catch, to the point of, he's such a great young man. He came by our room and thanked us, and not just me, but our crew, the camera people, for getting that shot. And we were locked down on him. We had a camera on him from the line of scrimmage because we thought that was a play we might go to him, and it worked out for us. It looked great. Take us back through that play and him being able to, how does he make those catches?
Man, I don't know how he does it, but now I expect that he better make it every time now, because I'm looking for him to. But no, man, he that's what he works for. I think he always wants the ball, and so whenever he gets the opportunity to get the ball, he's just got to go get it. Not ideal, 3 people, not ideal, but you got
Right.
to take some chances, maybe back some guys up, so we can run the ball effectively and throw underneath. But man, he's special. He's being special right now. Hopefully he can continue to do that. But it can't happen to a better person either. So
Yeah. So our other big play was the final score, the Terrion Jones pick 6. Always fun when you get one of those in the game. He had 2 interceptions. Take me back through what made him have a successful night last Friday.
Well, man, really just staying focused on keys, doing what he's supposed to do. The first one probably should have been a pick six, but he bobbled it, and so really you take into consideration, we dropped another one.
Right.
Ja'Cory did, missed opportunities, kind of hurt us on defense in that game. But they also did a good job of moving the ball consistently, and nickeling and diming, and the quarterback played phenomenal, aside from interceptions. I think he played phenomenal in finding open guys and getting guys open. But yeah, he did a great job of doing what he's supposed to do, and then he just made the most of the opportunities he was provided.
All right, the one negative question of the interview, still probably a few too many penalties for your liking. offensive line had some struggles. From where we were at, it was a loud night because it was a close game. The crowds were both into it. Did that factor in at all, or is it just maybe some inexperience out there?
Well. I'm not one for excuses. So it was really just the first time we've ever been in that situation.
Okay.
So that I would chalk it up to experience. They were stemming, they were talking, the crowd was loud. These guys, particular group, hadn't been in that situation, so they're kind of anything they hear at that point, they think it's the quarterback, and
Yeah.
so they just get antsy. But we combat that, by just going tempo. You know, not giving those guys a chance to stem on us. And man, I think them guys were ready to go. They were ready to roll off the ball because they hadn't been doing a good job all night. And so when you get an offensive line that's ready to go, you gotta let them dogs eat. So, and that's kind of what it was. They just got anxious.
So, it's easy for the crowd or a fan maybe to look at that and go, man, all these mistakes. But we know as coaches and teachers the process. So what do you do this week? What did you do this week to maybe help overcome that? Because I mean, it could be very much the same type of game here against Pulaski Academy.
I don't expect anything less. The problem is not in the moment. The problem is in the future. If it continues to happen. If it's not a new problem, then there is a big problem. So the problem is not in the moment of what they did then. Now they're aware of the situation. We are aware of how to handle that situation. They've been in it, and so now the panic or the anxiety or anxiousness, whatever the cause may have been, it'll be different. Even if the situation is greater, they can always revert back to what we've done in the past and how we fixed it and how we talked about it and how we moved past it. So really, it's really not a concern because I know those guys are just ready to go.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bonehead play. That's really them trying to go make a play. And
Yeah.
so you can't fault guys for being anxious to go play.
So Pulaski Academy, we know the style is still there. They're not going to want to punt. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They're going to try the onside kicks. I believe one of their first games of the year, Robinson was up 14-0, and Robinson hadn't even touched the ball yet because of the onside kick, or the offense hadn't, I should say. So how do you prepare for that? It's a team you really only play once a year that kind of operates like this. How do you get ready for that?
Man, this is a game where you always got to expect the unexpected and understand that they're going to try to maximize opportunities to touch the ball, whether that be gambling on defense, whether it be gambling on special teams, whether it be throwing a deep ball when they shouldn't, stuff like that. They maximize opportunities, capitalists, if you will. And so really you just prepare knowing that you got to make the most of your opportunities on offense and defense and special teams. I hate Robinson started the game off 14-0. That means it ain't gonna happen again.
Right, right,
So
right.
I doubt if we return the onside kick and the interception back to back. That don't happen twice to one team. So
Things
Robinson's
do
already got
happen
that out of the
twice in
way.
one season. You never know. It could happen.
Yeah, no, I think they got that one fixed.
Yeah.
So for us, man, it's just about staying focused. Because they make you play football. They make you cover the whole field.
Yeah.
And really, you just got to stay focused and locked in because when you're not, they're going to take advantage of it.
So we know they got a quarterback who loves to throw the football, more than 1,700 yards already through 5 games. It's a team that's 2-3 overall, but what matters is they're 2-0 in conference and playing well right now. What do we have to do to slow down that quarterback?
I don't know. The last team that started off 0-3 we played was Benville, and they ended up having to lead all the way through.
Right.
So that record means nothing, man. Like you said, I think they found a quarterback that they can believe in. He can get the ball out. He's not the guy they had last year, but he doesn't have to be because I think he's got a better arm and probably a more understanding of the offense. Where he can make every single throw. He doesn't panic. He don't run it. He don't want to run it, which is scary.
Okay.
Most guys that want to run it, you can take them off the first read and you can try to go tackle the guy. Well, this guy will go from the first read to the fifth read. And so that's scary. But yeah, it makes you lock in on defense and definitely try to be line up right at least, and take away the windows and give him ghost windows and you won't confuse him. So you just got to be solid, and get pressure up front. If we don't play well up front, we won't be good.
All right. And speaking of the defense, so PA beats Central 63-42,
Mhm.
105 points in the game. You could look at that a lot of different ways. You could say, well, Bryant beat Central 64-0, so all good. Or you could say, maybe there's some gaps in their defense. What does our offense have to do to be able to score against them?
For us, it's always going to be the same. We
Yeah.
have found a way to be effective in the run game first, and then from there, it's about making the right reads down the field, and then we got to make the catch, But I think it's always important to establish the run that gives you a base, and then everything else will open up. They get the quarterbacks comfortable and the O-line comfortable and enough to think that they can block them, and it just calms everybody when you're able to run the ball. If not, man, we better throw and catch great if we can't run it. I mean, when I say great, we better throw and catch great, and we better get it out fast because when all you can do is pass it, they're going to come after you. So,
yeah. And, hey, Coach, we never end with an injury report. That's more of a college thing. But because when it's the head coach, I can ask. We'll end with an injury report. And how are you doing?
I'm ready to get out of this dang splint. I'm going to try to talk to Doc to give me a boot instead of another cast, man. I don't know if I can take this. I just want to be able to put my foot down on the ground. I don't got to walk on it, but
Yeah.
It's going, man. Haven't missed a beat.
Good.
The guys are past the shock stage of me being at practice, but
Yeah.
it
Got to
is what
lead,
it
right?
is. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay, Coach. Well, again, congratulations on the success so far. Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
2nd and goal from the 1. Snap back to Moats. Handoff Robinson. Robinson straight ahead. End zone. Touchdown. Colin Robinson. The Hornets on the board first. Bryant looking to go up 14-0, but they've got a ways to go. Now Hodges. Hodges running room. He's so fast. Here goes Hodges down the sidelines. Are you kidding me? 15, 10, 5, end zone. That's TJ Hodges. He wears number 1. And he ran like the number 1 running back there. It's 13-0. Back to Shelby. Austin is open. If he sees him, he's going for the deep ball instead. Tucker into triple coverage. Caleb Tucker. Triple coverage makes the gigantic grab downfield. It's Caleb Tucker as always. Kemp Keller, low snap, throws and intercepted. Hornets come up with the big takeaway. Terrion Jones bounced it off of his chest and held on. 17-game win streak for the Hornets, 3rd down and 9. Moats just drops it off to Zachariah Curtis-Jones, and he'll have to do it with his legs, and he does. Jones breaks a tackle, 30, Jones 20, Jones 15, Jones 10, 5, 2, the house. Zachariah Curtis-Jones, it's a touchdown for the Hornets. Keller scrambling, he's in his own end zone. Keller running, and Ferguson has come up with the interception. Matthew Ferguson, the interception. 3rd down and 1. Handoff is on the ground, looking for the edge to the 5, end zone. Touchdown, Colin Robinson. And late in the 3rd, the Hornets go back up by 2 scores. 10.5 to play in the 4th. On the ground to Hodges, he'll try it again. Hodges spins off a tackle. Hodges, he stays in bounds. How about Act 2? This time you can't take it away from him. Touchdown, Hornets. Watch out. That's a sack just shy of the goal line. They will give him pretty good forward progress. Out to the 3. It's right back to Robinson. Robinson stretches, end zone, touchdown, Colin Robinson. It's another one on the board for the Hornets. Keller, empty backfield, throws, intercepted. The Hornets have it down the sidelines. Terrion Jones, Jones for 6. Yes, sir!
There it is.
Perhaps the nail in the coffin tonight. 48-21 Hornets. It's Arkansas Copier Center, your Kyocera experts. For over 40 years, we've delivered Kyocera technology with unbeatable service. Need printers or copiers? Call us today at 501-562-8297 or visit arkansascopier.com. Arkansas Copier Center, whatever it takes. Welcome back to Joe Hatcher Stadium. Michael Westbrook along with Maddie Calhoun and Jordan Morales. And Maddie has our players to watch in this one.
Yes, thank you. First up for the Bryant Hornets, my player to watch is Terrion Jones. Just going to give you a few stats from his last game. 2 interceptions, a 53-yard pick six, 5 tackles, a 30-yard kick return. So he is going to be a huge defensive threat against this young quarterback from Pulaski Academy. And speaking of that quarterback, my player to watch for Pulaski Academy is Aaron Orgel, the number 18 sophomore quarterback. He is number 1 in passing yards in the state with over 1,700, which is really impressive for a young guy like this. He's really good at reading his receivers' routes and making quick decisions in that pocket.
All right, thanks. And Maddie at halftime is going to have interviews with our student senate members. Jordan with our keys to the game right before kickoff.
Yes, sir. Our keys to the game tonight for Bryant. With PA's very capable quarterback, Bryant has to play heavy coverage and limit defensive holding calls. And for Pulaski Academy, with a strong and fast Bryant defense, PA has to get the ball out as fast as possible, and the offensive line has to protect their quarterback.
All right, thanks, Jordan. And PA has just now made their way out onto the field wearing the pink jerseys tonight for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. The Hornets won the toss, Jordan, but they have deferred. They will kick off, and we will see this high-powered PA offense have the football first.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a high-scoring night tonight. You can say that for sure, because this quarterback he's young, but he's very, very capable.
Javion Walker, the running back, is back deep to receive for PA, and he is a threat all the time, along with Bailey Lowe. Grayson King set to kick. We are just about ready for football on Friday night. It's the 5-0 Bryant Hornets against the 2-3 Pulaski Academy Bruins, but both teams 2-0 in 7A Central play, and we're underway. King's kick is fielded backpedaling by Lowe. Lowe to the near side, makes it to the 15 before Gavin Moman wraps him up and brings him down. PA did not make it to the 20 on the return. A good kick from King to force PA into a return there, and good coverage.
Definitely. I mean, great job by number 0, Gavin Moman. Although there was some yards gained, really nothing much to work with yet. But we know about this quarterback, and it's going to be a good night.
Aaron Orgel, the sophomore quarterback for the Bruins, leads his offense out onto the field. Hornet defense is ready to go as PA will huddle before making their way to the line of scrimmage. A very fast-paced offense. Anthony Lucas in his 4th year as the head coach. The team most often never punts. They try to have an onside kick every time when they score. Look for them to go for it on 4th down, but they did that last year. Bryant was able to stop them early on 4th down and had all the momentum throughout that one. Orgel sends his receiver, Greathouse, out to the right side. An empty backfield on the first play. Pumps once. In trouble. He goes down. It's McDonald who's able to bring him down. Malachi McDonald starts the game with a sack.
Big number 99, Malachi McDonald, making it look pretty easy. There's that highlight right there. He keeps his eyes open. He's patient with his reach, and just a great sack by Malachi McDonald.
It is a huge loss on 1st down for Pulaski Academy, which brings up 2nd and long. He loses 5 on the play. They say 4 officially. It looks like a little more than that. And it's 2nd and 14 as they're pinned back at the 14-yard line. Orgel now has his running back Walker to his left side, but Orgel wants to go for the deep pass downfield. Nobody there. He throws it into the tree. There's a tree just next to the visiting bleachers and back behind where the Hornets are standing. That was technically almost out of the stadium there.
Yeah.
It's 3rd down and long.
That was a pretty impressive arm right there by Orgel. But obviously, couldn't really get it to anybody, but he threw it out of the stands.
So much for this fast-paced offense for Pulaski Academy. Jordan, you told us that we might see something different out of the Bruins, and they're actually going really slow right now. Clock is stopped, however, on the incomplete pass, and it's a big play early on, 3rd and long. They split out their wide receivers, a 5-wide set, empty backfield. Orgel, with time, throws through the hands of his intended target. Javion Walker could not come up with it. Good coverage. It's 4th down. What will PA do here? They're inside their own 20. You are almost giving Bryant 6 points if you go for it and don't get it here. Here we go. We'll see. 4th down, and they do correct the board now. 16. 4th and 16. I thought he lost a few more on that sack, and they do punt it. So the quarterback sends away a good one. Nobody back for the Hornets. They will, however, chase it down and have a chance at a return. Not a whole lot to the 35-yard line. Anthony Ellis tracks down the punt. So PA does indeed punt on their opening drive. It's a very quick 3-and-out for the defense.
Extremely quick, and although this PA team they're very good, they haven't played a team like Bryant so far this season, and there is no other team like Bryant.
Kyler Shelby is the starting quarterback, the junior for the Hornets, and TJ Hodges will be the running back. Bryant has it 1st down and 10 from their own 36-yard line. We see the Hornets offense for the first time. Sublett will line up in the I formation, the tight end, as they go under center. Shelby hands off to Hodges, breaks past the line and picks up a couple to the 39, a 3-yard gain for TJ Hodges on 1st down.
Hodges was taken down by number 15, Caldwell.
Bryant moving quickly now, and watch out. We've got movement on the offensive line from the Hornets. This plagued Bryant.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Appreciate the public address announcer here at PA for helping us out to get the crowd mic and the referee mic working. So a pickup of 3 on 1st down, a false start. It's 2nd and 12. Look at this. Bryant, 5 wide receivers to the right side. Pass out to Hodges. PA is ready for it. Nothing happening for TJ Hodges. He was brought down by Austin Childers, the sophomore. Defensive lineman was ready for that play, and Bryant is going backwards on their opening drive.
Well, this is a pretty slow start for both offenses. And both defenses doing pretty good so far this game.
3rd and long for the Hornets. That's okay. We call this Caleb Tucker territory. He's lined up on the far left. Shelby's looking for him. Pumps. He's in trouble. Will have to run, maybe. Nope. Stays behind the line of scrimmage and throws low, incomplete to Kamari Austin. A late flag down on the far side of the field, and hold on, everybody. Possibly a hold on Bryant, but in a spot where it could be against PA.
Ineligible downfield player, number 67 of the offense. That penalty is declined. It is 4th down.
Penalty against the Hornets declined, and they have to punt on their opening drive.
It's a pretty rough start to a game, but good thing is that there is 4 quarters in a football game.
Grayson King to punt. Nobody back for Pulaski Academy. That's a bit dangerous if King gets a leg into this one. And he does. King sends it to the 30 with a good roll. Down to the 25-yard line. So for King that time, that goes for 43 yards. You'll take that punt.
Yeah, great kick by Grayson King. We see that almost every week, almost every Friday, and looks like his leg's just gone stronger.
No score after a drive for each team. We see the PA offense back out onto the field, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, inside 10 minutes to go in the opening quarter. It's a small stadium here, not much room on the visiting side. But what seats are available were taken early. As Pulaski Academy breaks the huddle, again, the quarterback, Aaron Orgel, just a sophomore. PA has scored more than 100 points on offense in their last 2 games. Orgel to the middle. Almost dropped, bobbled a bit. Gracehouse catches it to the 30 and then will go out of bounds with a flag down. And I believe Javion Walker is already indicating that it was against him for Pulaski Academy, so this one should be coming back. The officials are discussing. Pulaski Academy fans are not happy right now. They're directly below us. We've not heard the call yet. Here it comes.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, offense. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, our referees were up here in the booth with us before the game, and we joked with them about all the penalties we've seen the last few weeks. And it was Moman who was run over. They call the penalty against Pulaski Academy, and that's a big one. It is first and long. We have seen 3 penalties in this contest already. And so PA going backwards, both teams going backwards. Pump fake from Orgel, throw short. Javion Walker the catch, but Ryan Horn wraps him up once, can't bring him down. A second effort and a tackle made. Good job on the second effort there as Kavion Smith, I believe, got to him.
Yeah, great job by Kavion Smith. His eyes were just open. He didn't give up on the play, although that really could have been a huge play for Pulaski Academy. Kavion does a great job just keeping his eyes open and staying wide.
It's a pickup of 6 yards, bringing up 2nd and 14. Slow start for both offenses in this one. Inside 9 to play in the opening quarter. It's the second drive for Pulaski Academy, just in case you joined us late. No score. Orgel throwing on the run, has a target this time with a catch made around the 25-yard line. The tackle by Matthew Nelson, and the reception is well shy of the first down stick, so it's 3rd and 6 coming up.
Catch made by number 9, Bryce Giddens, and great job by Matthew Nelson. Just getting out there, making that tackle, and great job by the quarterback as well for Pulaski Academy.
More than 1,700 passing yards already for the quarterback, the sophomore. They don't run the football a whole lot. 5 wide receiver, empty set for Orgel. Looking right, throwing that way. Catch, but an immediate tackle. And that is nowhere close to the first down sticks for Javion Walker. As the tackle was made by, did you see it?
Yep, the number 31, Jeremiah Smith.
So it's 4th down again. Bryant is going to elect not to send anybody back. This is a little more manageable from the first drive. They gave him 2 yards on that completion, and it is 4th down and 4. Big play early on. Bryant tries to flip the field here by getting a stop. If they do, it's a short way to the end zone. 4th and 4 for Orgel. He sends the far wide receiver in motion. Rolling to the near side, Nelson coming after Orgel. Quarterback hit as he throws, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Bryant with their first turnover on downs, and the Hornet offense will come out just 31 yards away from the end zone.
Great job by Nelson, just giving pressure for that quarterback, really having not a lot of time to throw the ball. And here comes the Bryant offense. You got to think, if you're Bryant, let's run the ball a little bit. And
well, PA trying to get the crowd ignited by playing some Timmy Trumpet over the PA system. It's Shelby again, and he has Jacoby Boone in the backfield with him. It's Boone who takes the handoff. Let's see where they officially spot Boone. They don't give him much, down to the 28, a 3-yard gain.
Well, I haven't seen Boone at running back since 9th grade when I played with him. But he can do it. He can definitely do it.
Shelby, the quarterback, out of that pistol formation. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Stacked in close to Boone. Boone spinning off of a tackle, realizing he's in trouble. Back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. It's 3rd down. Here comes TJ Hodges. Hodges is back in. Boone will go out. Not much from the Bryant offense just yet. This is a big spot, probably 4-down territory, but it is 3rd and long. 3rd and 7. Shelby, pocket breaks down on him. He's in trouble, lets it go, incomplete. Still a good job of Shelby to stay to his feet and release the football.
Most definitely, and slow start for both offenses, like I said earlier, but both defenses making great plays, giving pressures.
Could be a big play here. Can Pulaski Academy take the football back after only a couple of minutes? Halfway through the first quarter, no score. Shelby talking to Hodges, who's lined up in the slot left. They send him in motion near side. Shelby protected well. He'll throw, going towards the end zone, off the hands and incomplete. Keenan Latin could not reel it in. It's a turnover on downs, and the Bruins have the football right back.
There was that big play that Bryant needed. Unfortunately, couldn't get the job done. But like I said earlier, good thing is that there's 4 quarters in a football game, and both teams putting up a good fight so far.
2 offensive drives for the Bryant Hornets. They've had to punt once, turnover on downs there. And for the 3rd time in the first quarter, the Bruins offense back out on the field. Essentially, Jordan, right where they were when they turned it over on 4th and 4. Bryant picked up only 3 yards on that drive. Orgel with Walker to his left side. Orgel the throw, and it is caught. Good wrap-up ankle tackle there. Moman will finish off the play after the initial hit by Bryant Davis.
Yeah, great job by Bryant Davis. Just really not letting him get any more yards that he needs to, and then there's got a moment to do a good cleanup on that tackle.
Ends up being a loss of 1 on the completed pass. At this point, it seems like for Orgel, his 1,700 passing yards, he might be below that as they keep they keep passing for negative yards. 2nd and 11. Walker out in motion right. Orgel looking for him. Will throw to the slot and a catch made, but 3 Bryant Hornets there for the tackle on Walker. It is Moman, and he was joined by Terrion Jones and one of the defensive linemen.
Well, there's our player to watch this game for Bryant, Terrion Jones. And I said it earlier, Bryant needs to play some heavy coverage this game because PA's quarterback can throw, and, well, we haven't really seen him run so far this game.
Jones with 2 interceptions a week ago. The Hornet defense had 3. Coach Sanders talked about that. He said that's the scary part. It's a quarterback that does not want to run. He wants to throw it every time. Orgel looking to the near sidelines. Here comes some pressure. There could be the interception. Bobbled by Davis. He'll have a return. Davis breaks a tackle. 20. Davis 15. A convoy to the end zone. Bryant Davis. It's a touchdown. The defense is on the board first for the Bryant Hornets.
There's your first score of the game for Bryant, and we are expecting more of this game. Bryant Davis doing a great job keeping his eyes open. There's that great interception. Turns into a pick 6. His first of this year. Great blocking as well by the defense. Sam Nelson celebrating. Great job by Bryant.
Extra point from King at 6-0, our score. Boone will hold. Billingsley the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. And with that, 3:37 to play in the first. It's the Bryant defense that strikes. And Bryant leads 7-0. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. 41-yard touchdown return for Bryant Davis. It puts the Hornets on the board first, 7-0, and Grayson King to kick. Puts a little more leg into this one, into the end zone, a touchback. So Jordan, back-to-back weeks. It was Terrion Jones a week ago. This time Bryant Davis, back-to-back pick sixes for this defense. That's fun.
That is very fun. And it shows that, man, they keep their eyes open the whole time. They're looking at the quarterback the whole time.
This defense is flying to the football. We talked to Coach Sanders about that, I think, maybe after the Parkview game. And they've only gotten better at it since then. So PA is going to take their time here. Hornets defense just kind of standing around as Orgel will break the huddle. 1st and 10 from his own 20-yard line. Orgel, quick pass. Good immediate tackle right there. It was Max Conine with the catch, but no running room afterwards because of Terrion Jones. Only a 2-yard gain at 2nd and 8.
And one thing I'll say about Bryant is they know that this PA team is going to pass the ball. So they're probably wondering who are they going to pass the ball to, because that's all they do.
I think Caden's bored with only 2 cameras. Maybe we'll start taking 4 cameras on the road for Caden, our director, tonight. Doing a great job. We're all right in here together, everybody. So it's a good booth space, but we have a lot of gear, a lot of people. 2nd and 8. Orgel pressured, able to get the pass away. Conine again with the catch, but Jones one more time, Jordan. Nowhere to go for the big receiver, Conine, and it is 3rd and long.
Pretty quick start for both defenses, but Bryant just showing that they are the best defense in the state. And I can say that with confidence that they are the best defense in the state.
Well, Pulaski Academy started the year 0-3, but they played some really tough teams. Joe T. Robinson to start the year. They played Highland Park out of Texas, lost that game 58-26. And since then took on North Little Rock and Central and scored 108 points in those 2 games. Orgel throws. Oh, it's another interception. Are you kidding me? Guess who? How about Terrion Jones again?
That's amazing. That's an amazing job by Terrion Jones, just keeping his eyes on the quarterback, reading the quarterback. What a great job by Terrion Jones. That's your player to watch for a reason right there.
It's the 2nd interception already from this Hornets defense with still a little more than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now the Hornets with a chance to go up 2 scores. Shelby to Zachariah Curtis-Jones. No, Shelby keeps. Shelby fooled me, takes it inside the 20 to the 16, will pick up 7 yards, and it makes it 2nd and 3 as Hodges will trot back onto the field and replace Zachariah Curtis-Jones.
Great job by Kyle Shelby, showing that he can also run the ball on that play.
This time to Hodges, looking for the outside edge, cuts back in. Taken down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a 1st down for Hodges, and it's 1st and goal for Bryant.
This is great field. Excuse me, guys. Position
3-2-1
for Bryant, and they have a great backfield.
Shelby to throw, looking towards the corner of the end zone. Kamari Austin, he makes the catch. Touchdown. The Bryant Hornets have a 2-score lead.
There's Kamari Austin right there making a great play. Kyler Shelby going back. And there's Kamari Austin. Almost always open during those plays.
Great job by Justin Reynolds on camera there to catch that one. A 9-yard touchdown catch from Kamari Austin. King on to attempt an extra point. It's up, and it's good. It's 14-0. All Hornets in the first quarter with still a little more than a minute to go. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. 14-0 Bryant. It was a Kamari Austin 9-yard touchdown catch from Shelby. It's another one into the end zone. And with that, a 2-touchdown lead early on, Jordan. A couple of drives, slow at the beginning for Bryant, but they get the pick six. Then the offense does their job after another interception. When you're scoring points off of turnovers, that's a formula for success.
Most definitely. And once Bryant gets leverage, it's dangerous. That's a very dangerous place to be for the opponents.
And no opportunity at any sort of big return either, with King kicking it into the end zone. So Aaron Orgel, the sophomore quarterback, who not afraid to throw the football. They don't even really have many secrets here. They don't even put a running back there very often. Looking a little deeper this time. Throws a nice spiral. Conine goes up and gets it on the sidelines. That's a catch inbounds. They will spot him out at the 44. The biggest play of the game for PA. It goes for 24 yards.
That's probably what PA wanted, but it depends on if they can do that all game. And can they really use that to their advantage?
Max Conine with the catch. Well, the short passes have not gone for much because Bryant has been right there. Orgel throws the ball quickly. This time they have Walker in the backfield with him. And they pitch to Walker. A little bit of a seam for Walker near midfield. He takes it to the 49-yard line before he's tackled by Moman and Davis. It's a pretty good pickup on the carry right there. Goes for 5 yards, and it's 2nd and 5. Got a player down for Pulaski Academy. So we've got a stoppage in play here from our official. A lot of noise on the home sidelines there. Fans asking for a late hit while their own player is down, yelling at the referees through all this. Next week, Bryant is back home. They take on Little Rock Southwest. It's fall break. School will get out on Thursday afternoon and resume on Wednesday, a long break. Already here in Game 6, the schedule does get a little bit tougher after the Southwest game. A player is off the field. PA's ready to go. 2nd down and 5. Near midfield from the 49-yard line. Empty backfield for Orgel right in front of us. Good vantage point here at PA. Quick throw and almost intercepted. There's a flag down. The intended target that time was Bryce Gittens through his hands, and then the ball floated harmlessly to the turf. But the flag is down, and we will see what this penalty is all about. Malachi McDonald will go off the field.
Holding, defense number 0. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a first down.
Call the foul on Gavin Moman for holding. He'll go off the field for this play. It gives Pulaski Academy a first down. And they are in Bryant territory for the first time in this game. At the Bryant 41-yard line, their offense is moving now. Bryant leads 14-0, closing in on the final seconds of the first quarter. PA taking their sweet time tonight. Walker in the backfield with Orgel, 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Ferguson dropping back in coverage. They do pitch. The Bryant defense is there. And several Hornets in to make that tackle right there. And I think most of the credit will go to Nelson, Sam Nelson. Just about everybody was there.
I saw Sam Nelson and Matthew Nelson, those two brothers. But also, again, great job by all of Bryant D-line, just getting there pretty quickly.
Very short gain, only 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 for PA. They may not run another play. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. A pick six and a touchdown from Kamari and Austin for Bryant's 2 scores. They lead 14-0 after 1. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. It's Arkansas Copier Center, your Kyocera experts. For over 40 years, we've delivered Kyocera technology with unbeatable service. Need printers or copiers? Call us today at 501-562-8297 or visit arkansascopier.com. Arkansas Copier Center, whatever it takes. Welcome back. It's 14-0. Bryant with the lead on Pulaski Academy as we start the second quarter of action. And PA with the football in Bryant territory. Able to move downfield on a couple of big plays and a few penalties. Orgel in trouble, and he is sacked. He never officially went down, but the officials blew the whistle, and it is a sack. Big loss.
Definitely a big loss, and a great job by number 47, Anthony Matthews, getting there pretty quickly. Great swim by Anthony Matthews. And there's Matthew Nelson, Sam Nelson back there as well.
A big loss. Now 3rd down and 16 for PA. Told you they've scored 108 points in their last 2 games, but they've also given up 73 to North Little Rock and to Central. Quarterback throws, and a catch made on the far side of the field. Shy of the first down. They needed 16. Picked up about 13 there.
Catch made by number 12, Hunter Ardoin. Pretty quick. Well, not a quick release, but the quarterback was taking his time really, trying to see who was open, and there Hunter was, just jumping up and down, saying, hey, I'm open.
There was a flag on the far side of the field, and they were talking with over by Bryant.
Illegal block in the back. Result of the play is it will be 4th down.
So they take the flag away. Thought there might have been an illegal block in the back, but not the case. And so it is 4th down and 3 for Pulaski Academy. Once again, a chance for this Bryant defense to make a stop and put the offense back out on the field. They bring the running back, Javion Walker, back into the game, the junior. Actually about 4th and 4. So 4th and 4. Pulaski Academy seems a little bit out of sorts here. They broke the huddle once. They've got plenty of time on the play clock. Now they break the huddle again, and they're ready to go. 4th down and 4 from the Bryant 35-yard line. Big play. Can the defense stop? Orgel out of the pistol. Here comes some pressure from Nelson. He throws high and incomplete. Intended target was Mason Greathouse. Terrion Jones on the coverage. It's another turnover on downs, and the offense will come back out.
It's pretty hard to get the ball out and really be able to keep your eyes out for your receivers when you have this very fast Bryant defensive line and a very open-eyed Bryant secondary as well. So it's very hard for opponent quarterbacks to get that ball out and make good big plays, to be honest.
65 yards to the end zone. Bryant starts at their own 35, leading by 2 touchdowns. They send Austin in motion. Shelby still at quarterback. On the ground, Zachariah Curtis Jones only a yard. And it's 2nd and 9.
Zachariah was taken down by number 99, B.J. Mitchell, a freshman defensive lineman.
Not a big roster for Pulaski Academy. Private school, of course, has been bumped up to 7A because of their success the last few years in 5A and 6A. These two teams used to play each other in a scrimmage before the season began. Not anymore. Pitch back to Jones, and there's nothing there. He will gain only a yard, and it's 3rd down and 8.
Looks like he was taken down by number 55, Ermon Tolbert.
Here comes Caleb Tucker into the game. Sublett will stay in. They've got him lined up in the slot position. And you also have out at wide receiver Keenan Lattin, who they tried to go to on one of their opening drives. Hodges is also lined up as a receiver. He goes in motion now. 5 wide. The options are endless for Shelby. On 3rd down to the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. He was looking for Austin, could not catch him, and it's 4th down. Bryant will send the punt team on.
Good thing is that Bryant's up 14. But also you got to think, if you're Bryant, they want to score almost every drive. And unfortunately they couldn't do that, but there is 4 quarters in the football game.
Well, this defense has been incredible so far, and so you're in good hands if King can get a good punt away and pin Pulaski Academy deep perhaps. Low snap, bounces to King. He'll have to run with it, and now he's able to send the football away. There is a flag down. King downed inside the 25 by Davis. It was a low snap that bounced up to King. He had to run with it. The penalty flag is on the near side of the field. And we have the call from our official.
There is no foul on the play. 1st down, Pulaski Academy.
Well, now we're just throwing the flags for the fun of it, I guess. That's 2 in a row without an actual penalty called. So they thought a penalty, but overruled perhaps. The punt will stand from Grayson King, and it was a pretty good one. Pulaski Academy with the football at the 23-yard line. Inside 9 to go until halftime. Don't forget at halftime, Maddie will have a couple of interviews for us with members of the Student Senate. Jordan will give you the scores from around 7A, and we'll look back at the highlights from the first half. So far, just a couple of big plays. Orgel pumps, in some trouble, throws high and incomplete. One of the ball boys, I think, got hit with the football on the far side of the field over there. I'm sure he's okay. And it's 2nd down and 10.
Pulaski is really struggling to get that big play that they want. They get one big play, and then they really can't do anything after that, just because this Bryant defense is like no other, to be honest, in the state of Arkansas, especially in 7A.
So 2nd and 10, and a throw incomplete. Orgel looks uncomfortable out there right now. His feet are moving quickly. He's pumping more often, and that throw was incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
Fans are not too happy just because they really haven't seen this.
I'm not sure what they're wanting there. I don't know what kind of call they were hoping for. Bryant will rush a player off the field. 2 incomplete passes in a row, and it's 3rd down and 10. Clock will stop a lot here in this first half with all the incompletions. Orgel hit hard. Good catch. Strong grab up high from Gittens. Gittens to the 40. And the Gittens good for Gittens with that catch. It goes for 18.
Great play by Pulaski, but unfortunately their quarterback was stuffed in the backfield, but there's that big play. Hopefully their quarterback is okay. but that was a pretty big hit.
He did take a hard hit. Got a great video board off to our left side here at Pulaski Academy with the Natural State Sports Network broadcasting their games, getting a few replays up there inside the stadium. Kyle Sutherland on the call over there, friend of ours. And that throw is incomplete. Another incomplete pass. It looked like for a minute Orgel just maybe not quite on the same page. He goes all the way to the sidelines to talk to his coaches. He's got to turn around and look back again. Just a sophomore. Young man with not a lot of experience. Maybe one of the reasons they decided to slow things down today against Bryant. Keep Bryant's offense off the field as much as possible. Big completion a moment ago, but after the incomplete pass, it's now 2nd and 10. 3 down linemen for Bryant. They'll drop back in coverage, but they still are able to hit Orgel. Breaks away, throws, incomplete. A little high. Chase Hancock was the intended target, sophomore receiver, and it's now 3rd down.
Great job by Bryant defense, bringing lots of pressure.
Even with just 3 on the front line.
Most definitely. And we don't really see Bryant in the 3 front.
Pulaski Academy takes a timeout. We'll take it as well. Just inside 8 minutes to go still until halftime. And we're back in a moment. It's Bryant 14, PA nothing. $7:58 to play until halftime. It's Bryant 14, Pulaski Academy nothing. PA had to take a timeout. PA fans not happy about a few things here tonight. We're below to the fan base, kind of like being at home at our stadium where the fans are right there on the top row. They're a little bit below us here, but still loud, can still hear them. We're on the home side. Not a whole lot of room along the way on the visiting side. 3rd down and 10. A couple of big plays coming up here for PA. Orgel dropping back, throws, finds Walker with some running room. It's Javion Walker, runs over the folks operating the chains. He's just shy of the 1st down by about a yard. But it is a good pickup and makes a very manageable 4th down now for Pulaski Academy at 4th and 1. 9-yard gain.
Looks like he was actually taken down by number 23, Jacoby Boone.
Bryant subbing a couple of players in. Ball right at the 50-yard line. Bryant has already had several stops on 4th down. They have another one in them here in this first half. Orgel will throw fast. Catch is made. They have the 1st down and more, and quickly out of bounds is Chase Hancock as he gives PA a 1st down.
Looks like the quarterback is getting a little bit more comfortable, but also you can't get too comfortable playing a team like Bryant.
That receiver was on the run the whole way. Found the sidelines before he had to take a hit. 1st and 10. Back in Bryant territory at the 42. Bryant defense playing much better than they did a week ago in the first half. We had a 14-14 game against LRCA. before the Hornets took over in the second. Orgel protected well. Nice spiral downfield. Incomplete. There's the flag. Bryce Gittens, the intended target. They'll call pass interference here just because of a hand on the shoulder pad. And that is going to move Bryant or PA downfield even farther. Ja'Cory Smith. That's who the penalty will be on. Still trying to figure out where the line of scrimmage is at, I think. Here's the call.
Pass interference, defense number 10. 15 yards from the previous spot, results in a first down.
We'll look at it one more time.
Well,
just barely.
Yeah, barely. Really, just barely. And I think even if there wasn't a hand on the shoulder, I think that's a little bit too far of a pass.
Might have been uncatchable. Either way, it's 1st and 10 now from the Bryant 27. Pulaski Academy just content to take their time. Empty backfield once again for Orgel. And the man in motion who he threw to last time have to watch out. This time wrapped up, releases the football. And one official saying he's down. If he is, that could be intentional grounding. Incomplete pass. Wrapped up and taken down by Jaquez Suggs.
Great job by Jaquez Suggs. Getting around those offensive linemen. Just getting leverage, and a great job.
Looked like his knees were already down. They call it an incomplete pass. Was there a receiver anywhere nearby? Either way, well, yeah, let's see. They've got him 2nd and 13 now. 2nd and 13 on the sack. And there's a quick pass. Broken tackle to the 25. Not much, just past the original line of scrimmage for Bryce Gittens. And it is now 3rd and long still as they have to make it to the 22 for a first down. It's 3rd and 8.
And it looks like Pulaski's starting to get a little flow going. It is 3rd down.
Yeah, excuse me. They got to make it to the 17 for a first down. Yep.
Yeah, it is 3rd down, but they're starting to get a little bit more comfortable, especially their quarterback.
And we know for them it's 4-down territory. Need 2 stops. Movement on the offensive line. And it may be against Bryant.
Defense number 50. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Encroachment against Bryant. That makes things a little bit easier for Pulaski Academy now. About halfway through the second quarter, Bryant with a shutout right now, 14-0, a defensive touchdown early. That was from Bryant Davis, a 41-yard pick six. 3rd down and short. Orgel to throw. Looks towards the near sidelines. He has his target at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Javion Walker. It goes for 20 yards, and PA's on the board.
PA on the board right now. Great job by Orgel just taking his time. Looking downfield, and there's a kind of wide open receiver.
Bryant Davis on the coverage. 2 defenders there for the Hornets, but it was Walker who was able to just move past him enough to be opened. And now the extra point. We've got some movement. Watch out. Jervin Donaher is the kicker.
Encroachment, defense. Half the distance to the goal. Replay the try.
Encroachment against Bryant, so for Donaher, he's a little bit closer on the extra point. At the 5:43 mark of the second quarter, we've got a one-score game again. Bryant up 14-0, but could not make it a three-score lead. We have encroachment again against Bryant. Eventually, you could just walk on into the end zone. You'll be so close. They'll try it again. Surprised they're not trying to go for two. But try to make it just a 7-point game in the first half. One more time. And it is good. Just making sure. No more flags, right? It ends a pretty long drive from Pulaski Academy that started at the 8:52 mark. They take 3 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock for their score, and they have made it a one-score game. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. Actually, a missed extra point makes it 14-6. Thought it had gone in, but not the case. It was a little bit wobbly. And a kick away from where Bryant was at. Ferguson will pick it up. It's Matthew Ferguson returning. He cannot make the 20-yard line.
Flag down on the play, but he was wrapped up by, looks like number 29, Raheem Jackson. There is a flag down.
See that on the far side of the field. We'll wait and see what this is all about. Still waiting here. Here we go.
Illegal block in the back, number 67 of the return team. Half the distance to the goal for the end of the run.
Another penalty, a costly one for the Hornets. They are pinned deep in their own territory. It's first down and 10 from their own 9-yard line, their worst starting field position of the game. And it's a handoff to TJ Hodges looking for the edge, and there's just a pretty good run for Hodges out to the 18-yard line. Good first down yardage for TJ Hodges. He'll pick up 4. It's 2nd and 6.
Bryant doing a pretty good job at blocking for the running backs, but unfortunately there has been a lot of flags during this game.
Shelby still in the game at quarterback. He throws incomplete to Boone and then off of the hands of one of the guys for Pulaski Academy, incomplete. Dangerous play there.
Bryant starting to slow down a little bit. But this is a Bryant team that we know they can come back, and they have done it before. We saw it last week against Little Rock Christian, and this is a team that we know can come back.
J. Ricks Abernathy a moment ago on defense there had it go off of his hands. Could have been a big play. Watch out, Shelby in trouble. Got to stay out of the end zone. There's a flag. Shelby takes off with running room. Another flag. And Bryant cannot catch a break here in this first half. These flags are going against him. I think both of them. And they are going to be back inside their own 5 by the time this is all said and done, I'm afraid. First one I think's a hold. I don't know about the second flag that came in late.
Fouls on the play, both by the offense. Holding number 87 offense, that penalty will be declined. Holding number 67 on the offense. Half the distance from the previous spot. Replay the down.
Two penalties in a row there by Rucker. And at 14-6, Bryant penned backwards here. It is 3rd down and long. 3rd and 13 after the penalty. From his own end zone, Shelby fires a bullet to Austin. Kamari Austin has the first down and more to keep the drive alive for the Hornets.
Great job by Kamari Austin, and a great job by Kyler Shelby. Just keeping his eyes open, looking around. Looks like he actually looked straight at Kamari Austin. Looks like he knew he was going to be open, but definitely not an easy catch to make.
Second charge timeout of the half.
Pulaski Academy takes a timeout, their second of the first half, and with 4:40 remaining until the break, it's a one-score game. Bryant 14, PA 6. We'll stay right here, Jordan, talk about this. This is a big drive for Bryant. Able to get out of their own end zone after the penalties, but you still have a long way to go. Not quite in that 2-minute drill situation yet with 4:40 on the clock, but you also want to make sure you take up some time here and don't give PA too much time to get the football back.
Most definitely, and do not get any more flags because this drive can be huge for Bryant, especially going into the second half, going into halftime. And hopefully, Bryant can use this to their advantage.
It was a 12-play drive for Pulaski Academy on their touchdown. And Coach Sanders telling us he wants to see a long drive. It's Austin again with a catch. 2 tacklers there for Pulaski Academy. Tyler Galloway with the tackle. But for Austin, that goes out to the 29-yard line. So you'll take that. And it's now 2nd and 5. 2nd and 4.5. Another catch. This time Tucker's first of the game. Tell you what, fun moment for us this week. Of course, Caleb Tucker was in sports production last year. He came by on Monday after his big catch last week and told me thank you, told me to tell everybody else thank you for capturing that big catch that he had. Shelby now throws. It's Austin. There's another flag down. I think they might get, was it Billingsley around there for some sort of hold or something, or maybe pass interference? I don't know. Not sure about this one. Didn't see much.
25 of the defense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Well, Billingsley ran off the field right after that play. I thought maybe he was on him, but it just wasn't his turn to be out on the field, holding against the defense. A little bit of a high throw to Austin, but he reels it in, and he's down to the 29. It takes 3 Bruins to bring him down. Leading the way, Rylan Ussery. That goes for 5, and it is 2nd and 5. Hornets putting together a good drive.
Most definitely.
From the 39-yard line, Shelby protected well. He'll look deep. He throws too far out in front of Tucker. He tried to stretch the left arm out for it, could not come up with it. Incomplete, and it's 3rd and 5.
Usually in that situation, that's a touchdown for Bryant. The pass is unfortunately just a little bit too far to catch. But this Bryant team makes big plays in big situations.
It's 3rd down and 5. Bryant likely in 4-down territory here. Shelby an empty backfield. We've got some movement and a penalty. That's on Aiden Allen on the outside there. And that backs him up to 3rd and 10. Talked with Coach Sanders about the penalties a week ago, and he said it was a loud environment. There was a lot of noise down on the field as well, and it wasn't about the mistake in the moment. It's about fixing it later. 3rd down and 10. Shelby, quick pass. Tucker, catch. Breaks one tackle. Cannot break the second. Stretches forward as far as he can. Officially marked down at the 37. 3 yards shy, and it's 4th and 3.
Tucker was wrapped up, taken down by number 14, J. Ricks Abernathy.
Huge play. 4th down and 3. And PA takes their final timeout of the first half. I'm not sure that's the best situation for PA unless they just did not feel like they had their defense ready. Because now Bryant has all sorts of time, Jordan, to set up whatever play they want to run here. And at 4th and 3, you have a lot of options. You can run it, you can pass it.
Yeah, definitely. And tons of assets that Bryant has. They have great running backs, great receivers, and they have 2 quarterbacks that can make plays. And we've seen Kyler Shelby in this half. Maybe we'll see him next half as well. But Bryant does have 2 quarterbacks that they can depend on.
By the way, for the 2nd consecutive week, the head coach of the Hornets, Coach Quad Sanders, out on the field with the scooter and his foot all wrapped up. That was earlier in the pregame, and he's getting around pretty smooth on that thing, but he said he did not like it. Big play, 4th and 3. Here comes some pressure from PA. They back off for a moment. Shelby, a look to the sidelines, and the Hornets have to burn a timeout. Now the 2 sides trade timeouts. Bryant uses their first. We told you next week we're back home against Little Rock Southwest. But before that, we have volleyball on Tuesday night. Cabot Panthers coming to town. And so Hornet volleyball team, and that'll be Tuesday night. We'll have that one for you. Can't believe it's Game 6 already, can you? The football season.
I can't believe
it's wild.
Either.
Of course, we don't have the crew together for the Salt Bowl, so really only the 5th broadcast. Only the 2nd true road game of the year. Big play, 4th and 3. Shelby throws. Tucker, 1st down, shakes a tackler inside the 30. He's down to the 27, and you can move the chains.
Amazing job by Caleb Tucker. Again, he was wrapped up by number 14, J. Ricks Abernathy.
Now 1st and 10, Shelby in trouble, pinballing off of both his teammates and the defenders. They blow the whistle, and he's down at the 30-yard line, loses 3. So officially a sack there of Shelby. 2:12 on the clock, and it's rolling again. From the 30-yard line, Bryant starting this drive at around the 4-minute mark. They are eating up some time off the clock, which is what we wanted to see. Excuse me, at the 5:27 mark is when this drive started. So, taking some time off the clock, but another penalty, and they are faced with 2nd and really long, back out to the 35-yard line. Second and 18. Shelby in trouble. Watch out. He's dropped. Kyler Shelby is sacked at the 41-yard line. And he's brought down by number 55, Erman Tolbert. Not on the first roster I was given there. Bryant takes a timeout. We got 1:49 to go. And for the Hornets, they have 1 timeout left. Oh, they are faced with 3rd and a country mile here. Ball all the way back out to the 41, Jordan. What do you do here? What play works?
I really couldn't tell you, but what I do know is that this is Pulaski Academy at home, and this crowd is extremely loud, so it's hard for that O-line to to really not get any false starts, because you do need a quarterback who can be loud and who can give that call when you need them to. And hopefully this Bryant offensive line can limit these false starts.
So it's 3rd and 24. 3rd and 24. Shelby protected. Throws to the middle. Kamari Austin with the catch at the 31-yard line, a pickup of 10. What they did there was try to get about half of it and make this possible on 4th down. It is still 4th and 14. Need 14 yards to keep the drive alive as the clock is rolling. We're nearing a minute to go until halftime. Shelby in trouble. Breaks one tackle. Running for his life. Throws it. Boone cannot come up with it. Incomplete. A turnover on downs gives the football back to Pulaski Academy. You were hoping for a miracle there, get a score, have the football back to start the second half, but the score's not there at the end of the quarter.
Very tough half for this Bryant offense, but the good thing is that Bryant has an amazing defense that we've seen make humongous plays these past few games. And I said it a few games ago, when in doubt, you have a Bryant defense.
Less than a minute to go until halftime. It's 1st down and 10 for Pulaski Academy. After the stop, they're at their own 31-yard line. You have to make sure you don't let somebody get past you here. No timeouts left for PA. They'll throw towards the sidelines. That is off the hands of the target, incomplete. Walker, the running back, cannot catch it.
That's a pretty tough pass to make and catch to make. Great job by the Bryant D-line, getting upfield pretty quickly, but no sack on that play, but great pressure.
Well, for the second week in a row, we're going to have a very close game going into halftime. Of course, LRCA scored late to tie it. PA trying to do the same thing. 54 seconds to go. A couple of downs to work with. But if they keep throwing incomplete passes, leaves time on the clock for Bryant. You have to worry about an interception if you're the Bruins. 2 of them thrown already in the game. On the ground to Walker. So a rare running play as Walker is down at the 34-yard line. And we've got a little tangle up. Watch out here. Davis throws his hands up. Player is hurt for Pulaski Academy. Also in on the tackle for the Hornets was Jaden Jones. PA fans, there was nothing there. I'm just going to say it. They're arguing over nothing down there. A couple of guys tangled up at the end of the play and everybody trying to get out of the way. So the clock stops. Bryant took their final timeout. 42 seconds left. And if PA runs the football, likely runs out the half. But if they decide to pass and it's incomplete, Bryant could get the football back. If I'm PA, I just run the football here. I know you want to pass, but you're not near midfield. It would take a lot to get downfield. Your quarterback's already thrown 2 interceptions. Run the football, get to halftime in a 1-score game. But we'll see what happens. I'm up here, not down there, Jordan, so I don't make that call. Sophomore quarterback Aaron Orgel. He's had some challenges this year. Season started 0-3. On the ground to Walker. He's going backwards. He's trying to just run some clock. Not afraid to use his legs there to lose yards. And now the clock running. They had it started for just a second. That's going to do it. The board showing Bryant as a timeout left, but not exactly sure if there's going to be another play or not. Clock's down to 5. Pulaski Academy's going to the locker room. And that is indeed halftime, where the score is 14-6. Let's take a look back just real quickly at how this first half unfolded before Maddie has our halftime interviews. Bryant kicked off, and Malachi McDonald started the game with a sack for the Hornets, pinning Pulaski Academy back. They went 3 and out. Then Hodges picked up 3 yards on a running play, then a penalty. Bryant also had to punt the football on their first drive. Then Pulaski Academy's second drive, a turnover on downs. Bryant Davis was able to start the scoring for the Hornets with 3:37 to play in the first. It was a pick six, a 41-yard pick six that made it 7-0. And then Terrion Jones with an interception. A couple of plays later, Kamari Austin turned it into a 9-yard touchdown from Kyler Shelby to make the score 14-0 after 1 quarter of play. Javion Walker would get on the board for Pulaski Academy at the 5:43 mark of the second quarter. A missed extra point would make it to 14-6, and that's been all of our scoring in the first half. Maddie has some interviews coming up here in just a little bit. Jordan will give us all the scores from 7A, so that's still to come. And plus, we'll look back at all the highlights again. That's coming up here on the halftime show. You're watching Bryant Hornet football.
Welcome back. That's a look at some of our highlights so far from the first half. I'm Maddie Calhoun, joined in studio with Dakota McNabb and Chanley Morrow, who are our Student Senate reporter, historian, and our vice president. So thank you so much for being with me tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Of course. All right, so first question. Last week was a huge week for Student Senate, as we know. homecoming week. So we had the homecoming spirit week throughout the week, and then Friday we had the pep rally, and then Saturday the game. So what was one of y'all's highlights for the weekend?
Yeah, I think we kind of talked about this on the way up, but really just walking into the dance on Saturday and just seeing everyone there in their pretty dresses, all dressed up, seeing all the food trucks there, just seeing everything that we wrote down on Miss Bates' whiteboard just come to life, and it was just really exciting and kind of like we did this moment, and it worked out. So yeah.
Yeah, especially being our last year, our senior year, our senior HOCO, it's very different just walking in there knowing it is the last. So me and Dakota definitely tore up the dance floor. That's all I gotta say. We had a blast and we thought it turned out really good, and we did hear good things about it. So I'm very proud of us and Student Senate as a whole.
Yes, you talked about seeing the whole student body there for something that y'all got to plan. What do you think those events, what impact do those events have on the unity of Bryant High School as a campus and as a student body? So what do you think those events have on the relationships the students have with each other?
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely eye-opening just to see your senior year, you don't see that many people. So definitely just going into the dance and being able to see people I don't see every single day in different clubs. Just to see them have their own personality and their outfits, their dresses. It was just awesome just to see everybody come together, and it definitely was a time where everybody could be themselves and have their phones, be able to just do whatever they want and just be who they are.
Yeah. What about during the week? What did y'all see? With the pep rally and the games we had and all the things going on during the week, did y'all see some good student participation? And what can students look forward to next homecoming about what they should get ready for if a new student has never been to homecoming before?
Yeah, I definitely think my favorite always is the pep rally on Friday, getting to see all the maids walk out and just I've never been a maid, but getting to hear the crowd roar for them when their name gets called, and even for the football players, that's exciting to get recognized by your school and know that your student body, they like you and they like to see you do well. So
yeah, right. Do y'all have any advice for the upcoming sophomores next year on what homecoming week is like?
Don't be afraid to cheer and have fun doing it. Sophomores think that since they're youngest, they're not able to, compete with the seniors and juniors. But definitely I have my one regret is not going all out my sophomore year, because now I regret not doing anything, not dressing up, not being my normal self, because I thought I was gonna get oh, you're a sophomore. So.
Yeah, and for me, kind of the same. My sister, she's a sophomore, and I told her, I said, dress up, because you're going to look lame if you're not dressed up. Yeah, for sure.
All right, last question. What is one thing that Student Senate has planned for this upcoming semester or school year that you are looking forward to everyone seeing?
Okay, so today all of our officers actually took a field trip to the Rotary Club for the Kids Closet, and just all of our officers left there in tears. It's just so eye-opening to see what our community is doing and donating for kids in need. And so I think one of our biggest projects is definitely going to be that, and the most fun project. I know we have ideas for spring, making blankets for kids. They told us many stories where kids have not even had a blanket and it's been their first time, their first pair of shoes. They're just learning all the different stories and details that she had to tell us was just so eye-opening, and it definitely moved us as officers. And so that definitely is probably one of my biggest things coming up.
Yeah, 100%. I know we have a lot of stuff planned for the spring. Don't know if it's official or not, but super exciting stuff for sure coming up from Student Senate. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be on the lookout, and we'll make sure everyone gets the memo here at Hornet Media.
Yes.
Stay with us. You're watching Hornet Media Productions.
Thank you.
Welcome back. It's almost time for the second half. Our crew tonight, I'm Michael Westbrook along with Jordan Morales and Maddie Calhoun, Caden Key, Andrew Tate-Lee, Justin Reynolds, and Isabella Durfee. As we're just about set for the second half, 14-6 is our score for the second week in a row. Bryant's opponent is in this football game. Bryant sitting at 5-0. Pulaski Academy comes in 2-3. The Hornets will have the football first to start the second half. And before that, Jordan has a look at some scores from around the 7A.
Yes, sir. First up, we have Conway leading Cabot 27-14 going into the third quarter. Little Rock Christian leads Little Rock Central 28-0. Then we have Bentonville and Rogers Heritage. Bentonville is up 28, Rogers 0. Fayetteville and Fort Smith Northside. Fayetteville up 41, Northside 10. Bentonville West and Rogers. Rogers up 35. Bentonville West 14. And last up we have Springdale Harbor and Springdale. Springdale is up 27, Harbor 21.
All right, we'll take one more quick break before the start of the second half. It's coming up in just a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. Welcome back. We're ready for the start of the second half, and Bryant will have the football first. Now, you do have to be aware of the onside kick attempt from Pulaski Academy. They like to do that often, and Bryant has to be ready for it. A lot of open space past the 40-yard line as Bryant has 7 players at the 50-yard line. We'll wait and see what happens. We're ready for the second half. It's Bryant 14, Pulaski Academy 6. A beautiful night for football. Temperatures dropping down into the 70s. And they do kick it deep. It is a live football. Bryant has to go get it into the end zone for a touchback. So no real drama there. And Bryant will have the football. And while we have a moment, special little shout out to Mr. Turner, our yearbook advisor, English teacher at Bryant. A little bit of a mishap before the game as I joined the ranks of the greats like Justin Reynolds and others for dropping a monitor and shattered one of our displays right down below the press box. And so anybody out there who wants to donate about $250, we need to buy a new monitor this week. Road games, you never know. Things happen, but we're close by. Text Justin, Mr. Turner, and said, man, you're not going to believe this. He said, I got you. Went up to the classroom and brought us a new monitor. Was here before we knew it. We're back up and running so that Andrew could have replays tonight. Start the second half with a run. Goes for 3 yards. 2nd and 7. And we'll see what we have in store here on offense for Bryant. We have not seen the regular starting quarterback, Jeremiah Moats, this entire first half. And now into the third quarter, it is still Shelby running the show. But Colin Robinson is in for the first time after missing the first half. And Robinson is running hard up to the 28-yard line, a pickup of 5. And it's 3rd down and 2 for the Hornets on this opening drive of the second half.
Well, after not seeing Colin the whole first half, he's coming out on fire, staying on his feet, and doing a great job getting some yards.
Perhaps a chance for a big breakout run. Nope, they'll throw to Shelby. Latin with the catch, and right through two defenders up to the 39-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain and a first down for the Hornets as they move the chains. Just a quick pass right there, and a fresh set of downs to work with. Shelby, handoff Robinson. Robinson working his way to the outside. A flag is down. Robinson lost the football, recovered by Latin right on the PA sidelines, inbounds. The Hornets recover the fumble. I think it's all coming back anyways. With a flag down near the line of scrimmage, typically where you see a holding call. Penalty starting to add up once again for the third week in a row for Bryant.
Holding number 87 offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. It's still first down.
Called on the tight end, and it will be first down and long after the 10-yard mark off, 1st and 20.
Lots of flags this game on Bryant, which we've seen that. It's kind of rare. We didn't really see that last season.
Not the way we have this year, especially the last 3 weeks. First and long, Shelby under pressure, escapes the tackler. He has to drop it off. He finds Hodges. Hodges full steam ahead, and TJ Hodges is out to the 45-yard line. Really good gain there. It'll go for about 16 yards, maybe 15, and it will set up a short second down.
Great run by Hodges. He was wrapped up on number 24, Hartford Lowe, a senior for Pulaski Academy.
It is 16, so 2nd and 4. They gain the penalty yardage back. Hand off to Hodges looking for the edge. Tripped up once, another flag. We're going to have another penalty on the Bryant offensive line as the play for Hodges loses a yard, and Hodges is still down. Hodges still down. We're not going to have the call of the penalty just yet because of Hodges. Not sure what happened to TJ. He was immediately asking for assistance. So we'll step away for just a second. And it's 14-6. Back in just a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football.
The previous spot. It's still second down.
Hodges able to go off the field on his own. The holding call in place. And so once again, be a long down situation for Bryant. Hopefully Hodges is okay after the penalty. 2nd and 14. 10-yard penalty, pick up 16 yards, then another 10-yard penalty. And Shelby looking left the whole way, in trouble, able to get the football away. Tucker was over in the area. It'll be incomplete. Saves Bryant about 7 or 8 yards on what was about to be a big loss on a sack. At least he got the football out.
Yeah, we said it was going to be a high-scoring game, but it looks like both defenses doing great jobs this game. Pulaski Academy struggling on offense a little bit, but they have 6. Bryant also struggling a little bit on that offensive line.
Bryant came into the game averaging 47 points a game, only giving up 10 points a contest. Shelby, quick pass, and it is Kamari Austin who makes the catch, but it was 3rd and 14. Once again, Jordan just trying to gain some of the yards, but Bryant is going to punt.
Yeah, it seems like Bryant is really trying to avoid the deep ball, which is really, we haven't seen that usually Bryant, we see Kyler Shelby throwing the deep ball. Now it's kind of short game now.
So it was a bit of a long drive here from Bryant, but just not able to do anything with it. As they take close to 4 minutes off the third quarter clock. Nobody back for Pulaski Academy. Uh-oh, it's a high snap. King has to run. He is dropped. King is dropped at the 32-yard line. The play loses 9, and Pulaski Academy has all sorts of life right now. We'll look at this one more time.
Please place 8 minutes and 10 seconds on the game clock. 8-1-0 on the game clock, please.
They add 5 seconds to the clock. King jumped, but it looked like it was kind of right there for him. Either way, he decided to run with it. It ends in disaster, and PA has the football at the 32.
Bryant really struggling in this game a little bit. Slow start in the first quarter for both teams. PA at home. We know that this is a very loud environment for Bryant, but they are used to it, and I'm thinking maybe they'll come back.
It's a small stadium. You're in tight, and you're right, a lot of noise. Quarterback looking to throw with time. As a receiver, he was out of bounds. Out of bounds, no catch. Foot on the line for Bryce Gittens, and it's 2nd and 10.
Bryant defense doing a great job this game, as we've seen the past few games. Bryant defense really carrying this game, just breaking up passes, giving lots of pressures to this very capable quarterback.
Yeah, and it helps when the receiver right there is out of bounds because he had a catch and would have given them a little momentum. Now it slows down some. 2nd down and 10. They send Greathouse in motion. Handoff on the ground. Walker straight up the middle for Walker inside the 30 to the 28. 4 yards for Walker on the ground. Matthew Nelson given credit for the tackle. It's 3rd down and 6. This is a big play to try to hold them here, Jordan. You know they're going to go for it on 4th down. Just don't want them to have a shorter 4th down attempt. You want to just stop them here and get to the 4th down play. So Aaron Orgel, the quarterback, with Walker to his right. Orgel looking, throwing, nobody there. Out of bounds. The receiver turned inside, he threw it outside, and now it's 4th down.
Pulaski struggling to get that ball to the receiver, and you can't really blame them. This Bryant defense is very capable of breaking passes and preventing passes from happening.
So it's 4th down and 6. Bryant with a chance to make a stop after having to punt the football to PA. Well, punt that never actually happened. 4th and 6 from the Bryant 28. With time, now it breaks down. Ball pops up. I guess they'll call that incomplete. They do. And either way, it's a turnover on downs here, and Bryant takes over.
Great job by Nelson on that play. Really not much for the quarterback to do. Lots of pressure, and great job.
I guess intentional grounding is not a thing anymore.
I guess not.
I mean, he was right there, no receiver around. It doesn't matter. Had they called the penalty, it would have still been a loss of down. So Bryant takes over. The Hornets have it, 1st down and 10, and they're at their own 28-yard line. And Moats is now in the game for the first time for the Hornets. Jeremiah Moats hands off on the ground to Robinson. Robinson, he has a lane to the outside, stutters a bit, and Robinson to the 50-yard line. Colin Robinson all the way to the 50. He goes for 22 yards.
Amazing job by Colin. Amazing blocking as well by number 14, Hayden Sublett. Just getting yards, staying on his feet, I mean, we really haven't seen him get knocked down this season.
Moats and Robinson in the backfield. Right back to Robinson. A helmet comes flying off for PA. They stay with it on Robinson. He picks up 3 yards.
Robinson taken down by number 30, Andrew Manning. Assisted by number 10, Tyler Galloway.
It's Galloway who lost his helmet to the sidelines for a play now. They give him only 2. Looked like he had maybe 3. Right back to Robinson for a 3rd carry in a row. Here goes Colin Robinson. He's breaking away. He's to the 20, 15, 10. Robinson stretches. End zone. Out of bounds at the 1. Robinson takes it to the 1-yard line.
Well, I mean, after not playing a whole half, he comes out on fire, doing a great job.
71 yards on the ground so far for Robinson on this drive. They give to Robinson. A penalty flag is down. The touchdown signal given. And we'll wait on the flag. Long conversation.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Illegal substitution on the defense, 12 men on the field. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
1-yard touchdown run for Colin Robinson. He takes all 4 carries on that play and goes to the end zone.
And, well, we know that he's a playmaker. We've seen it these past, what's it been, 5 games, 6 games, and he's on fire right now.
Extra point from King is blocked. And so it will stay 20-6 as both sides have missed an extra point. Inside 7 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 20-6 Bryant. Colin Robinson runs it in from 1 yard out. He carries the football 4 times on this drive. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. Bryant scores a touchdown. I want to make sure I highlight it on the stat sheet here, Andrew. Andrew puts together all the highlights during the week for us and has done a great job on that so far the last several weeks. You do a good job and it becomes your job the rest of the year. That's how it works. So he's been putting all the highlights together the last several weeks for us. And so at 20-6, Jordan, we've still got a close game, but we see the difference when Colin Robinson's out there on the field. He did not play in the first half, and he was able to move down the field pretty quickly on 4 carries for a touchdown.
Yeah. And he has a fresh set of legs after not playing that whole half, and here's Bryant defense.
They had 2 interceptions early in the game. It looked as if maybe Bryant might go up 3 scores. We have whistles. Bryant on that defensive line, I believe, will be called for encroachment here.
Defense number 10, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Just a quick jump across that defensive line, a penalty on the Hornets. And it is now 1st and 5. Orgel with time will throw across the middle, and that is incomplete. Matthew Ferguson on the coverage. It's Max Conine who was the intended target. We saw him make a couple of catches in the first half. We're not keeping full stats here tonight, but the percentage of completions for Aaron Orgel is not great. A lot of incomplete passes. And now it's 2nd and 5. Walker in the backfield with Orgel. And that will go for about 4 yards. Brings up a short 3rd down. Pickup of 4, and it's 3rd and 1.
Walker was taken down by number 0, Gavin Moman. Great job by Moman. Just getting there quickly. Walker's a great runner, and we've seen it this game, but Moman doing a great job just keeping his eyes open and getting there very, very quickly.
We see Bryce Gittens back into the game. Wide receiver had a big catch in the first half. Crowd a little bit quiet on both sides right now. On 3rd down and 1. And that is Gittens. It is incomplete. Ferguson comes up and hits him, but all good there. And it's 4th down and 1. Pulaski Academy down by 2 touchdowns. They may go for it here on 4th and 1.
We saw that exact same play earlier. Didn't work out. And right now, again, did not work out.
Orgel on 4th and 1. He's also the punter who can drop back and punt. Now he takes one extra step back and will send it away. Nobody back for the Hornets. And it will continue to bounce. So on 4th and 1, they don't roll the dice there. They punt it away instead. And the Hornets take over on a turnover on downs. 5:18 to go in the third. A long third quarter so far. It's 20-6 Bryant. We'll wait and see who comes out onto the field for the Hornets. We have not seen a lot of Zachariah Curtis-Jones either this game. And we have seen Moats for only one drive. It will once again be Moats back out on the field. Jeremiah runs the offense, and he has Jacoby Boone in the backfield with him. So the pitch goes to Boone. Boone skirts free. Here he goes down the near sidelines, takes a hard hit, and Boone is to the 48-yard line. Jacoby Boone, 21 yards.
Great run by Boone. He was taken down by number 30, Andrew Manning. There's the replay. Boone gets the ball. Great blocking by the offensive line, getting great yards as well.
And they're right back to Boone, spinning off of a tackle, crosses the 50-yard line. He's into Pulaski Academy territory at the 47. Pick up of 5 yards for Boone at 2nd and 5. Galloway gets credit for the tackle. Hornets on the move, 4.5 to go in the third. Looking to create some distance against the Bruins. Already up 20-6 now. Robinson falls down. Robinson tripped up. PA fans want a holding penalty. There is no call. A loss of a yard or two. Third down and 6. And Moats will throw the deep ball downfield. Austin goes back for it. Austin to the 15, the 10, 5. Kamari. Austin, that's a touchdown. 48 yards.
And no flags, Mr. Westbrook.
I like that. No flags is always a good thing. Check it out again.
Moats at quarterback. Doing a great job. Good blocking. I mean, Moats was able to get the ball out. But there's Kamari Austin making that big play that Bryant really needs right now. And Now they're up 26-6. Will be 27. They have J.D. Olson.
After the blocked extra point a moment ago, J.D. Olson with a chance at an extra point. Jacoby Boone will hold. And so for Olson, it is up and it is good. J.D. Olson with the extra point after the Kamari Austin touchdown. It's 27-6. Now Bryant playing like what we're used to seeing from the Hornets. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. Welcome back. We're doing sports tonight. Bryant leading 27-6, and that is into the end zone for a touchback. What do you think, Jordan? Now Bryant's starting to pull away a little bit. 27-6. Obviously, not everybody played in the first half, as you could tell, and now we're seeing Bryant begin to do what Bryant does. Fresh legs, as you said, fresh arm, and these guys making plays. It's got to be tough if you're PA because you thought you were really in this game, and maybe not so much now.
Not at all, because this is what we're used to seeing from Bryant. You have Colin in the backfield, Moats at quarterback, and a new person at extra point, number 58, J.D. Olson.
So it's once again PA football from their 20-yard line, and they drop it right to the middle. There is nowhere for that play. Goodness, Terrence Ellis was right there and ready. It's a big loss.
Amazing job by number 91, Terrence Ellis, getting around that offensive lineman, just looking, keeping his eyes open, and making the great tackle.
Loss of 3 on a completed pass. Not often that you see that. Tough night for Aaron Orgel. Empty backfield this time. He sends Greathouse in motion. Looking across the middle. Hit. Football is loose. Pulaski Academy has fallen on it, I think. PA still has the football. It will go down as a sack and make it 3rd and long.
There's Terrence Ellis again making a huge play for Bryant. Getting that ball out, just punching that ball out. Unfortunately, PA gets the ball back. But amazing play by this defensive line.
Couple of big turnovers from the defense in the first quarter. Thought they were going to have another one there in the third. But instead, it'll be 3rd and 13. And Orgel again, he's got his receiver, or his running back Walker, lined up at receiver. That's who they throw to. A quick tackle by Moman. Nothing happening there. Only a couple of yards back to the original line of scrimmage, and it is now 4th down.
Really no time for Walker to get upfield with Gavin Moman there extremely quickly. Amazing job. Just setting the tone.
And had it not been for Moman, Ryan Young was right there waiting to apply a hit as well. 4th down and 10. I think PA might actually go for it here. Nope. Punter's going to send it away, and goodness, Nelson almost had it. Oh, my goodness, the football is loose. Not a great decision there to try to fall on that football. Jones almost lost the possession for Bryant, but Bryant does keep it.
That was a very risky play right there, but there was Brian Davis kind of right behind Terrion, able to get that ball back. That could have been very, very dangerous, but very good for Pulaski.
Yikes. So Bryant's okay after all that. They do have the football, 1st and 10, but instead of around the 30 or so, they're all the way back at the 18. First and 10 for Bryant at the 18-yard line. Moats at quarterback. Robinson is the running back. Everybody stacked on the short side of the field, and they throw it that direction. It's Billingsley, the tight end, with the catch. Cooper takes it up past the 20 on the PA sidelines, out to the 22-yard line, a pickup of 4. They give him only about 3, actually, so 2nd and 7. Robinson just bouncing off of the would-be tacklers out there. They can't stop him, and now they finally do at the 35, 13 yards for Robinson.
Great run by Colin Robinson. He was wrapped up by Jay Ricks Abernathy.
So Robinson ran for 72 yards on that last drive. He's gone for 13 here. 85 yards already for Colin Robinson. Moats is hit and he's dropped. It's a loss of 3 on the sack, as Bryant will have 2nd and long.
Moats taken down by number 55, Ermon Tolbert. Really nothing much he can do in that situation.
See if Moats can hit the deep ball again. They give it to Robinson, no Hodges instead. It's Hodges in the game. He has a lot of speed. Hodges has the first down and so much more into Pulaski Academy territory. He is all the way to the Bruins' 42-yard line.
Hodges doing a great job avoiding the tackles, staying on his feet.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. A huge run from T.J. Hodges. We'll start the 4th. Bryant has a 27-6 lead. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. It's Arkansas Copier Center, your Kyocera experts. For over 40 years, we've delivered Kyocera technology with unbeatable service. Need printers or copiers? Call us today at 501-562-8297 or visit arkansascopier.com. Arkansas Copier Center, whatever it takes. Start of the 4th quarter, Bryant football. They have it 1st and 10 from the PA 42-yard line. It's Hodges on the ground, only to the 40, a 2-yard gain. So our crew tonight, Maddie's providing interviews for us, also running the graphics for us on our road games this year, and hopefully back on the sidelines soon at the home games. Of course, she had student senate responsibilities last week at homecoming. Couldn't be roaming the sidelines. Here's Robinson. A lot of running room for Colin Robinson. They are not going to touch that man. He's in the end zone. Touchdown for the Bryant Hornets. 41 yards to the house.
PA giving him way too much running room, and he takes advantage. He does a great job getting around that O-line, staying patient in the backfield, making a huge run. And well, nobody can really catch up to that.
More than 100 yards on the ground for Colin Robinson in the second half. Olsen for another extra point. This one is up, and it is good. So Colin Robinson makes quick work of the Bruins defense. Another touchdown, and now it's 34-6. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. Jordan Colin Robinson, 41-yard touchdown run. Let's talk about that after the kickoff here, as there's another one into the end zone. Good to see him back. I know we talked about it towards the beginning of the year coming off an injury, but what a difference he makes for this team. Didn't get to play at all last year, and what a difference in this game with him not being out there in the first half. It's a totally different ball game right now.
Most definitely, and we are used to seeing Colin make huge plays, and he's a guy who doesn't have a lot of college offers, but he should. He really should, because he's just a huge playmaker, and he's one of the hardest runners I've seen this year.
And this defense tonight, giving up 10 points a game, they're holding a Pulaski Academy team that scored more than 100 in their last 2 games to just 1 touchdown so far. Orgel again, empty backfield, steps up. He could have run it, decides to throw instead. Conine the catch, and Max Conine with big yardage out to the 40, so he picks up 20 on that play. And it's one of the big, few rare big plays from PA in this game, but it does go for 20 yards.
There's that alarm, or whatever you want to call it, but amazing job by Daniel Wilson, just wrapping him up.
Orgel in trouble, and that bounces off of a Bryant defender. It will be incomplete, but Jaden Jones had it bounce right off of his chest. I think Bryant Davis is giving him a hard time out there for, why didn't you make that catch? Well, it was right at him, but he was so close. You're not expecting the football to hit you right there when you're that close to the quarterback. 2nd down and 10. And this defense has quieted the PA crowd. They'll split out into their offensive formation. 5 wide receivers. Orgel, quick toss. Gavin Molman right there. Sticks him at the 45. It's Walker with the catch for 5 yards, but he's dropped immediately.
You can't really do much against Gavin Moman, because he just makes plays so quickly, and he gets to the ball extremely quickly.
We're going to pick an offensive and defensive player of the game, Jordan, okay? And we'll have to think about it on defense, because we've had some interceptions, but Moman has had the tackles. Orgel the throw, and he's looking downfield. He has Walker with the catch. Walker on the sidelines. And out of bounds, the running back past the defense for the big play. And for Pulaski Academy, in business right here, Walker right at the 20-yard line, actually at the 21, just outside the red zone. Pump fake from Orgel. He'll throw the other direction. The football, I thought, came loose for a minute. Nope, held on to, but what a tackle. That is a massive loss right there.
Nothing much he could really do in that situation. You have Matthew Nelson getting there very quickly to make that tackle.
A 6-yard loss. And now Orgel throwing. He's got his target. A catch back near the original line of scrimmage. Terrion Jones with the tackle. And making the play for Pulaski Academy was Chase Hancock, the sophomore wide receiver. And we're down at the end of the field where I can't see. Not a bad setup here by any means, but got to stand up a little bit to see around the post. Orgel has the offense moving, but it's 3rd and 11. Play action, throws incomplete behind the intended target, which was once again Hancock. He's cutting in. The ball was behind him.
Great coverage. Really, nothing much you can really do especially with, well, this is a big situation right here for PA, but score is 34-6. It is the fourth quarter, and this Bryant defense shows no signs of stopping.
Anthony Matthews comes into the game. 4th down and 11. Make a stop here, and he can start to run out the clock. It's 34-6 Bryant. Orgel protected well, throws, and the catch is made at the 10. And the grab from Mason Greathouse keeps the drive alive for the Bruins. On 4th and 11, they have a first down. And they are now moving quickly. Orgel back to the line of scrimmage, rolling to his right, will throw another catch, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Pulaski Academy. Ellis Tucker, the sophomore, with the touchdown grab.
Great touchdown right there. Just great job to just try and get points on the board. Running all the way around those defenders.
.8:28 to play. And now PA going for 2. A lob towards the end zone. Did he catch it? He did. 2-point conversion. Max Conine with the grab. And so that will make the score 34-14. And we'll take a break. Bryant leads by 20. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. (34-14), Pulaski Academy with a touchdown. Have to watch out for the onside kick here. Bryant, yep, that's what it's going to be, but Bryant falls on it. A good job by Jacoby Boone to land on the football, and he recovers that. So at 34-14, even though you gave up the score, Jordan, you're still up by 20 points. If you can take some of this clock down, you're in good shape.
And Bryant still has Moats at quarterback. Boone in the backfield.
From the 49-yard line, Moats will throw. It's Billingsley with a catch. He has blockers out in front. Here goes Cooper to the 30, 20, stiff arm to the 15, 10. The big man, he's rumbling, he's stumbling inside the 10. Down to the 4-yard line.
Great job by Cooper Billingsley and great job by Moats finding him. Great run. Just avoiding, I mean, he's too big to really tackle, especially if he's in the open field.
And they will give it on the ground. It's Jacoby Boone. Boone right up the middle, down to the 1-yard line. They will go right back to Boone, I would think. Now 2nd and goal. Moats to Boone. He's in, untouched. 6 more for the Hornets. We have a penalty flag after the play. Saw one of the Bryant players fall down, but it may have been something before that. Touchdowns on the board. It's 40-14. And we're still waiting to see what the penalty is all about. Well, the official talking to the Pulaski Academy sidelines and head coach Anthony Lucas. It was after the play. The touchdown will count.
Result of the play, touchdown. After the play, personal foul, number 14 of Bryant. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Sublett called for the unsportsmanlike penalty conduct foul. And so it's J.D. Olson for the extra point in a 40-14 game. Boone to hold. And it is up and good. And so Bryant comes right back with a big touchdown, and it's 41-14. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. They assess the penalty on the kickoff, so Bryant kicking from their own 25-yard line. And King sends it to the 23. First chance at a return tonight for Pulaski Academy, and they do quite a bit with it. Across the 50, want to make sure you don't have a late hit here. Good return from Chase Hancock. The penalty hurts Bryant. PA with half a field to go, and it's 41-14. Not necessarily in jeopardy of letting PA back in this game, but you just don't want them to score again. As Bryant coming into the game giving up only 10 points a game. Gave up 21 last week to LRCA after the shutout the week before. They spot the football back at the 45-yard line. They're in Bryant territory. Orgel out of the pistol. He's got three receivers stacked left. Now they send Greathouse in motion from left to right. Here comes pressure. Orgel in trouble. Jaden Jones tracking him down. Releases the football. Caught at the 35. Max Conine in double coverage. Spotted at the 36. 1 yard shy of the first down. 2nd and 1.
That was a good job by Jaden Jones. Just giving pressure, but that was also a great pass by Orgel to Conan.
Under center this time, and this is Walker. Thought they were going to go under center with a running back. Instead, they split out. Back to Orgel, and he's hit hard by Malachi McDonald. Incomplete down the far side of the field to Gittens. And McDonald got a shot on him.
A big shot. And
Orgel's, he's banged up out there. He's hobbling.
And you got to imagine that's a big guy, number 99, Malachi McDonald, and definitely doesn't feel good to get stuffed in the face by him.
I just thought of something. Maddie talks football every day or every week with Malachi. Maybe the Maddie and Malachi podcast. Y'all could talk some football. That might be good. Just thinking of ideas here, you know? 3rd down and 1. I know y'all don't always like it when I have ideas. It is Walker on the ground. He'll have the first down. Just barely needed a yard and picked up 2. So it does move the chains for Pulaski Academy. And, well, the ball is set. The chains are not. They are going to play on. Right back to Orgel. And he has his open receiver once again. That little out route right there to Chase Hancock has worked. He runs across the field. They lose track of him. Picks up 6 or 7 every time. As that one went for 6. Bryant bending a little bit here on defense, trying not to break. Orgel throws. That's another catch on the near side of the field. And Day-Day Wilson on the coverage, but the catch was made.
Catch made by number 12, Hunter Ardoin.
Yeah, Ardoin with the grab there. Thank you. I could not see. So it's 3rd down and 2. Walker in the backfield again. They could run it. And so hit as he throws. That football is up for grabs, and it is incomplete. It was almost taken away by Malik Shipp. Good pressure in the backfield again.
Great job by Bryant Dillon, giving almost no time to throw that ball accurately.
Don't think the end result of this one is in doubt, but if you're Bryant, you want to stop here. It's 4th down. You want the football back. 4th down and 2. See if the Bryant defense can make a stop. Orgel to throw. Lobs. Catch made at the 5 and out of bounds. Just shy of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Once again, it's Javion Walker. The running back is able to just slip through. Wide open for the big catch.
Pulaski again getting the flow going just late in the 4th quarter.
This is what we thought we might see in the first half. Now the team's starting to pile up the points. Orgel, handoff, Walker. He stopped. Maybe a loss of a yard for Walker. Ran right into that defensive line for the Hornets. And Jayden Jones there for the tackle. I think Horn was also there. So it's 2nd down and goal now from the 4. Snap back to Orgel, looking to throw, pumps once, and the football is on the turf. Let's see, it's hard to tell who came up with it. Bryant has the football. Ryan Horn at the bottom of the pile with it. It's a turnover, and Bryant ends up getting the stop.
Amazing job staying patient, knocking that ball loose. There's Ryan Horn right there.
So the turnover comes at about the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Bryant deep in their own end zone here, their own territory. Need to get something out, and they go to Hodges to try to do just that, and he is running hard out to the 20-yard line. There's a penalty flag. First one of those in a while. It was a 12-yard gain, but a penalty. .504 to play in the 4th.
Holding number 8 offense. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. Repeat 1st down.
I think our official's getting his steps in for the day. Again, trying to get that 10,000 walking around. It's a holding call against Bryant. And so still 1st down. A pitch to Hodges. He'll try to get those yards back. Hodges, he gets to the edge. Hodges to the 40. Hodges across midfield. It's TJ Hodges. Broke free and crosses the 50 into PA territory.
Great run by Hodges, and also great blocking by that offensive line. Rucker staying with him.
Pulaski Academy takes a timeout after the big TJ Hodges run. will step away as well. 41-14 our score. All Bryant here in the second half. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. .440 remaining in the fourth quarter. Bryant on the ground this time on the handoff. Pick up a few yards. It's 2nd and 8. Big T.J. Hodges run a moment ago. Put the football in Pulaski Academy territory. And again, Jordan, one of these situations now where you just want the clock to just run and run and run. And get the game to a conclusion at this point, leading 41-14. After the 2-yard pickup, Moats, he's looking for the deep ball, wide open. You know who it is, Caleb Tucker. That's 6 points.
There he is, CT3 making a great play for Bryant. Bryant will now be up 48-14 if Jerry Olsen can make this field goal. Here's the play. Moats. Very quick release.
45 yards. Moats to Tucker. Just so wide open. And another one good. And there you go. 48-14. Bryant pulling away here. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bryant Hornet football. .48-14 our score. Bryant with a commanding lead on Pulaski Academy. Less than 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter as the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. Well, Caleb Tucker, 45-yard touchdown catch. I'm not sure how he was able to get that wide open, but Moats found him, and it was an easy touchdown, and now all of a sudden Bryant close to half of 100 points here, and just kind of turned into last week's game again.
Just a bit later in the game.
Yep. See what PA has. Perhaps their final offensive drive if Bryant can get a stop and hold on to the football. Orgel still at quarterback. And a really quick pass. They try to set up the screen. It goes nowhere. There is just nothing happening on that play. Good defensive coverage. Bryce Gittens with a catch.
Great job by Kavion Smith slowing him down. Looks like it was number 50, Guy Nix, there to ultimately take him down.
We're without Preston Key tonight. He's been on the cameras for us quite a bit this season. And our cameras tonight, Justin Reynolds and Isabella Durfee, doing a good job bringing you the coverage. On the ground to Walker. He has some running room. A lot of speed there for Excuse me, that's not Walker. They got the backup in the game now, Rashawn Mitchell, the sophomore. Mitchell takes it to the 24, 4-yard gain, and it's 3rd down and 6.
Mitchell hit by Kavion Smith and taken down by Kavion Smith. Defense, whole game, just no signs of stopping at all, and we've seen that these past few games. This defense can stay fresh almost all game.
48-14 our score. Inside 3 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Man goes in motion, and they're looking that direction. They throw. Catch is made with a lot of running room. Shaking a couple of tacklers is Chase Hancock. He's up near midfield. He is quick when he catches the football. A big catch and run for Pulaski Academy. Out of bounds at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
These teams that Bryant goes against seems like they get a flow towards the end of the game. And unfortunately, again, that's happening to Pulaski Academy. But they fought a good fight this game, but Bryant coming on top.
Bryant with football loose right there, picked up by Orgel. Throws, batted down. Great job to get a hand on it that time. Malik Ship again. Check it out. Orgel bobbling the snap. Good recovery by him. Good look at it that time. Stops the clock. And on 2nd and 10, Bryant needing a couple of more stops. Orgel hands up on the ground, and again the running back Mitchell will take it into Bryant territory to the 49. Pickup of 3 yards. It's 3rd down and 7.
Orgel taken down by 49, Jake Elliott, assisted by number 20, Jaquez Suggs.
Well, looks like Bryant is going to go to 6-0 before the matchup next week during fall break against Little Rock Southwest. The Griffins coming to town. Quick pass and a catch, and no running room that time. Good tackle by the Hornets. It was Jacoby Johnson with the tackle, and it's now 4th down. Bryant with a chance to put their offense back out on the field with 90 seconds to go.
Bryant defense doing a great job all game. And just staying fresh, just getting those young guys in.
4th down and 4. Chance to end this one right here. Orgel, snap back to him. He's looking and he throws. He has his target for a 1st down. Wynn Wilson makes the grab and moves the chains. And PA will keep their offense out on the field. Inside a minute to go. 1st down and 10. Orgel throwing off his back foot, incomplete to the running back. And that will just go incomplete to Mitchell.
Mitchell covered by number 49, Jake
Is it Elliott? Yep, Elliott on the coverage there. That stops the clock. And just a couple of more plays in this one. Well, a close game in the first half, but Bryant pulled away in the second, in large part to Colin Robinson and his running. And it is Elliott again with the tackle as he is able to drag Kason Smith out of bounds. They do stop the clock again. It's 3rd down now. Mentioned once, these two teams used to play each other before the season would begin in a scrimmage each year, and the games were usually really close. But since they have joined each other in the 7A Central, Bryant has dominated. A pitch on the end around of Wilson to the far side, and Wilson just clobbered over there. Anthony Ellis, one of the tacklers, and I believe that's going to do it. Orgel, the starting quarterback, is hobbling. They're going to line up with less than 10 to go here and run out the clock, and Bryant wins this game by the final of 48-14 over Pulaski Academy, and the Hornets are now 6-0 to start the 2025 season. Jordan, we got to think about our plays of the game and our player of the game. Any thoughts? I got an offensive and defensive play of the game for you already.
I got one defensive play of the game. First half, Terrion Jones, interception.
Okay. Well, maybe we can run both of these here because I've got Bryant Davis with the interception. We're going to bring Maddie in here. Maddie, do you have a play of the game perhaps for us?
I think my play of the game is definitely going to be that first interception from Bryant Davis. I'll agree with Mr. Westbrook on there.
Oh, you're overruled, Jordan.
Yep.
It's 2 votes to 1. And here's the Bryant Davis interception for the pick 6 that goes 41 yards and started the scoring. Remember, this is right after Bryant had turned it over on downs. And after that, they lost a yard, PA did, and then a 5-yard completion, and then Davis with the interception, and then right after that, Terrion Jones with his 3rd interception in 2 weeks. There's our plays of the game. Good job, guys. How about player of the game? We could just pick one, or we could pick one on offense and defense. What do we think?
I think mine's going to have to be Gavin Moman. I feel like tonight he really showed, I don't think we've seen this kind of defensive, performance from him this season, so it was really exciting to get to see what we knew kind of he had in him, but getting to see him perform like that was really exciting. Lots of great tackles, lots of, good coverage, reads on the quarterback as well, so getting to the receivers fast, I think that's my player of the game.
Okay, Jordan, what do you think? Anything to add to that?
I think mine's also going to be Gavin Moman.
Okay. On offense, I am taking Kamari Austin in a one-person vote.
Oh.
Will that work?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you want to agree with that or disagree?
I think
what do you
offense,
think?
Kamari Austin for sure.
Yeah, okay. Kamari Austin. He had a couple of big plays, a 9-yard touchdown catch, and he also had the big touchdown catch. And this is it right here. As Moats came into the game in the 3rd quarter and found Kamari and Austin for the big touchdown grab. Good job on the cameras and replay tonight, everybody. And Caden, good job directing the show. As it's always fun when you get on the road. You never know what the conditions might be, but PA treated us nice, even put Bryant Hornet Broadcast up on the booth for us. So 48-14 the final. Thanks to our entire crew for bringing Bryant football to you tonight. On cameras was Justin Reynolds and Isabella Durfee. And joining me right here in the booth on replay was Andrew Tate Lee. Our director tonight was Caden Key. And Maddie Calhoun and Jordan Morales on the air with us. We'll talk to you Tuesday night. We've got Bryant Volleyball as they take on Cabot. And then back at home Friday for football against Little Rock Southwest. I'm Michael Westbrook.